welcome to my channel. This is Leslie. Thank you for joining me today. I have a layout that I'm going to be using some Echo Park today, and this collection is called That's My Boy, and it's by Laurie Whitlock, and this is quite an old collection already. I'm not sure from when is it, but I'm just going there through the collection to see if there's anything that catches my eye. And you know, I buy these boy collections in hope that it would inspire me to scrap more scrappy photos of my boys. And you guys know, if you've watched my channel for a bit, I've got absolutely no problem in using a feminine collection to scrap any photos of my boys. I've done that quite a few times. I've placed flowers on boy layouts. I've used pink on boy layouts. So it's not, I'm not that gender specific, but there's just some times where, you know, rainbows and unicorns work with girls, and balls and planes and bicycles work with boys. There's just sometimes where you know, the gender specific collections do have their place. So as you can see, that page with the geometric pattern on it, sort of, it's got the same colors as the shirt that my son is wearing. I'm going to be taking a piece of white cardstock, and this is just textured white cardstock from American Crafts, and I'm cutting off a tiny bit on two of the sides of the paper so that this dark blue geometric pattern paper will just peek out from behind the white paper to frame it. And you can see that I've gutted the inside. I'm not using the inside on any of the layout again today, but I thought that for future reference, you know, and there you can see I do try to make something, but it doesn't work for me. So I'm keeping it aside for future if I want to do some layering with it, or if I want to do some sewing on it, or some cut file backing, or whatever I want to do with it. This little strip that says "Love you just the way you are" really resonated with me, and the type of photo that this is of my son. In the one photo he's got a sweet little smile, and in the other photo he's pulling a face, and that is exactly the way he is. I always have to encourage him very nicely to smile nicely on photos instead of pulling faces. So and I'm sure he'll be 20 and he'll be 30 one day, and he'll still be pulling faces on photos. I just think that is the way he is. And you can see the left hand side photo he's pulling a face, and then the right hand side one he's got such a sweet little smile. And this was when he was still pretty young. You know, he's still a young boy, but this was when he was a wee lad. So I'm going to be using this little cut apart, this 3x4, and it says "You Rock" on it, and I love that because I sort of wanted to encourage him to, even though he pulls faces, it's okay, he rocks, it's okay, you know. This piece of 3x4 cut apart with the balls on it, I'm not using it because it's got like balls on it. I want to use it for the colors. There's an orange ball on there that sort of balances out the orange of the R on the other side of the two photos. So yes, so I've got the two sticker sheets out, and the lucky thing of this collection is it's got two sticker sheets, and I love that. So I'm going to be using some arrows, and you know, to point towards him, that he rocks, you know, and I like him just the way he is. So I'm just sticking my photos and my layers down very lightly with teeny tiny little dots of glue. I don't use a lot of glue. I don't think it's necessary. So making sure that the photos overlap properly, and making sure that the layering behind my photos shows off enough color. So yes, so I'm going to go through the sticker sheets. I'm going to add little bits that I feel, you know, goes with it. That little one of a kind little flag also sort of balances out the black of the O in "You Rock." And this is going to turn out to be a very simple layout. I don't have any of the embellishments for this collection. I just have the stickers and the papers. So I try to use as many of the stickers as I can as embellishments. you know, and you know, I didn't feel very inspired using this collection, so I knew I wanted to use it to document these two photos of my son, but I wasn't very, you know, I didn't feel very creative. I didn't feel very inspired. So it was, you know, I did labor through this layout. So I go back to the sticker sheet and I pull out some more of the arrows, and I like that arrow that's sort of angled because it's sort of, it brings your eye down to the layout. And excuse my lighting, I'm not sure what's going on with my lighting, but you know, it's having a bit of a fun time there. I am going to bring in some more arrows just to make sure that he knows, I think, that he rocks. You know, there can't be enough arrows on a layout with boys. So yes, I'm sticking in some more of the stars, and I'm thinking, you know, this needs something, this needs, you know, something more, but yes, there's a visual triangle going on with a star at bottom left, star at the left top, and then star at the right. So that makes the layout feel very balanced. I'm going to be using some Heidi Swap black color shine just to sprinkle on the empty bits of the layout, and then I'm going to use my Sharpie just to go over the photos, just to create a frame for the photos. And this is going to be it for this layout. I just want to remind you that if you like what you see, please give this video a like, a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing so that you're part of the Scrapbook community. I do try to post a few videos every week, and if you hit the bell notification, you would be notified every time I post a video, and then you'd be able to see it. So yes, so I'm going to be putting these little stars, just adding some more color to the layout, and these are stars I got from a stationery shop here in Dubai, so I won't be able to help you to get any of them. I am trying to go through all my embellishments to see if there is something else I want to put on this layout, but in the end, this is it. I do go around the edge of the page, the white page, with some Sharpie as well, just to echo those doodly lines around my photos, and that is it. So I hope to see you guys soon again. Have a great week. Bye.